Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Stick around for some important updates at the end of the video, and if you enjoy this content, you can like and subscribe. Jehovah's Witnesses are explicitly told to avoid apostates. Now, the term apostate means different things to different denominations, but in JW world, an apostate is someone who was once a Jehovah's Witness, but then leaves the organization and then openly admits that they don't support the organization anymore. I'm an apostate. Like, a lot of people leave, but an apostate has no qualms about expressing their disapproval of the organization. However, that does not mean that they hate Jehovah's Witnesses or wish anyone harm. This is a very common lie perpetuated by the Watchtower leadership. Put simply, they just don't believe it anymore. The big bad apostates just don't support the doctrine and policies of the Jehovah's Witnesses. Apostates are just normal people, meaning they just woke up, but they're painted by the organization as these monsters, these subhuman creatures who have no redeeming qualities, and you do not speak to them. But a funny thing happens on the internet. It's one thing to avoid an apostate on the street, right? Maybe you're knocking on doors, you're a Jehovah's Witness, or you're doing cart witnessing, and all of a sudden an apostate kind of cleverly slithers up to you, is trying to tear down your faith or embarrass you or put you on the spot or something. You're like, oh, this is an apostate. Okay, okay. No. They're apostate. Sally? Nope. Their brain is just ironclad shut down. And actually, in defense of the witnesses, I'm personally not a fan of cart crashes. It's antagonistic. They're obviously not trying to have a real conversation with the witness. They're just trying to gotcha, and mess with them and make them feel bad. And then, another part of me says, well, you're in public, you're peddling this toxic ideology. So I'm of two minds about it. So it's one thing to avoid apostates on the street. They're poisonous, they're mentally diseased. That's something they like to call us. Like, you do not engage with apostates. No exceptions, no clause, no fine print, boom, done. You do not talk to them. But when Jehovah's Witnesses are in the privacy of their own home, a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses break their own rule. Maybe they don't have any other JW family around to watch them. Maybe their elder father or husband is at work, wife isn't around. I'm gonna watch me a little YouTube. They watch me and other ex-Jehovah's Witness YouTubers and go out of their way to comment on our videos. You're not supposed to. They are breaking the rules. Now, there's two types of Jehovah's Witnesses who do this. The first is called a POMI. This person is physically in, mentally out. They're physically in the organization, still actively going to meetings. Maybe they're knocking on doors, but mentally they've checked out. They don't actually believe it's the truth. They're like closet non-believers. They're just going through the motions, but secretly they don't believe. So basically they're living a double life. So they find the YouTube community and they're like, oh, that's awesome. I can express myself. I can just talk finally and say all the things that are on my mind. Even if they're not showing their face, it's like they have a place to go. But then you have another type of Jehovah's Witness who comments on apostate videos. And these Jehovah's Witnesses are called POMIs. A POMI is someone who is physically out, mentally in. So they are physically out of the organization, not going to meetings, not preaching, but they still believe it's the truth. They still believe that the Jehovah's Witnesses are the one true religion, even though they're not practicing it at all. They still claim the Jehovah's Witnesses as their religion, at least in their minds. Not at the office Christmas party when they get loaded, or the fact that they're celebrating Christmas at all. But I digress. But not only that, they will go out of their way to comment on apostate videos to defend the organization. Let's play How to Spot a POMI, boys and girls. The following are 5 common comments that a POMI will leave on apostate videos like mine that give them away every time. Number 1, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, but this is a personal favorite. No one comes to the defense of the witnesses except another witness. All right, like no one goes, you know what, a Jehovah's Witness came to my door like 20 years ago and they were delightful. I'm gonna go out of my way to comment on this YouTube video to defend their honor. Right, this is a POMI who feels guilty, so they pay lip service to the organization in the most passive way possible. They don't even have the backbone to admit that they're a witness. Number 2, the undercover. This type of POMI is sneaky. They will infiltrate the comment section looking like they're just posing a question, or they express some sort of support for the witnesses, but they don't go, oh, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. They don't identify themselves at first. These are the same people who get caught up in really long comment threads and debates, and at the very bottom, they'll finally reveal that they're a witness. Number 3, the preacher. This POMI doesn't attempt to hide it. They're very upfront about their feelings. They admit that they're a witness. So yeah, they're upfront. I'll give them credit for that, but they have like zero self-awareness. Like, you do realize you're not supposed to be here, right? It renders everything you're saying completely useless because you are literally breaking your own rule by trying to engage with me. which I'm not even opposed to if you're coming from a sincere place. This type of POMI usually isn't looking for some sort of genuine conversation. They just want to argue and tell me I'm wrong, which again is a waste of my time because you're being defensive. You're not actually hearing what I'm saying. Number 4, the Saint Peter. All right, so Saint Peter tells Jesus, where am I to go to, Lord? You're the way. Where am I to go to, Lord? There's no better path. So a lot of times what will happen is you'll get a Jehovah's Witness post a comment saying something to the effect of like, well, if Jehovah's Witnesses aren't the one true religion, who is the truth? What are you offering that's a better solution? If your friend is in an abusive relationship, she's got a shitty partner, you don't tell your friend, sweetie, before you leave this POS, make sure you find someone better first. No, you just get out. I don't need to have something else lined up, or adopt a new belief system, or to claim that I have all the answers now. To realize that I'm in an abusive environment and that I need to get out. And if this describes you, if you happen to be one of these people watching this, that's the fundamental difference between you and me. You care about whether it's the truth. You care about the truth. I don't. Even if it was the truth, which I don't believe it is. I felt like shit as one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I care more about my well-being, my quality of life, than sticking to something just for the sake of being right. Number 5, the unhinged. So these guys will leave like huge blocks of text like a novel. They're completely incoherent, or it's just like a string of scriptures and exclamation points. I hereby repudiate you in the name of Jesus. I don't know how to take caps lock off. Oh my God, you're right. I'm gonna go run to read those 17 scriptures you just posted. And what's funny is sometimes they're not even witnesses, just random people who show up.
She doesn't even go here.
Do you even go to this school?
But you know for sure it's a witness when they call you an apostate and they expect it to sting. Don't listen to her. This is all apostate lies and you know it. It's so sad because what these people cannot grasp is that apostate carries zero weight in the real world. They think that term is gonna like make me feel bad about myself. The term apostate only provokes a visceral response in other Jehovah's Witnesses because they're all in the same club and they fear the same thing. So basically, if I was still a Jehovah's Witness in the congregation and someone accused me of being apostate, then it'd be like, oh, I woke up. It's all make-believe. It doesn't mean anything to me. What's funny is while I was making this video, I looked over at my community page and someone left a comment, and the comment read, "Answer me one question. Why do you dedicate your life to attacking the Jehovah's Witnesses? Why don't you try to create real content?" And then they posted another question right above it. I'm no math major. That looks like 3 questions. But literally, I can't write this stuff, dude. They are literally proving my point. You came to me. Why did you look me up? Why are you commenting on my stuff? I pose no threat to you. Or do I? You can walk away, you can unfollow. You absolutely have the freedom to walk away, not watch my content, not support me. So why are you talking to me? Whether this person is 12 or 75, I just find the hypocrisy really funny. When I saw this, in the middle of making this video, when I saw that, the comedy writes itself. So I've done videos before where I've described the POMI psychology, and generally speaking, POMI Jehovah's Witnesses come from very devout Jehovah's Witness families. And within this family, they're the screw up. Through the lens of their family, through the lens of their Jehovah's Witness family, they're the designated screw up of the family. All right, they had a baby at 16 and then fell off the radar of the congregation. They smoked a joint when they were 14, and they're still beating themselves up about it at 45 years old. And they believe that if they don't return to Jehovah and get right with God, they're worthless. Or a lot of times I've noticed they deal with bipolar or some sort of mood disorder. And let me be clear, I'm not judging. Their Jehovah's Witness family is judging them because this person doesn't make the family look good. It's embarrassing for the family. Like, it's always the wayward child or sibling or some relative who just can't get their shit together for one reason or another. So they live with this constant guilt and shame. It's messed up. I don't think they should feel this way. I think this is wrong. They shouldn't feel this way. They shouldn't feel that bad about themselves. But instead of nurturing them for their strengths, accepting their quirks, just accepting who they are, POMI's family, devout Jehovah's Witness family, always is holding out this hope that the POMI is going to get their act together, get back to the meetings, yada yada. And that's how they keep their hooks in. So POMIs resent the organization, they resent their upbringing. There's this constant conflict, this constant inner conflict in a POMI. But also they were like raised by grandma, and Grandma was a staunch Jehovah's Witness, and they loved Gram. And oh my gosh, there's a video that's talking bad about my Gram, and my God, I hated the Kingdom Hall. It was so boring. My Gram used to beat me with a watchtower if I didn't sit still. I have 6 kids by 7 different fathers, but how dare she? They run to the defense of the organization. The organization doesn't give a shit about you. So a lot of POMIs are just defending their abuser. They are extremely conflicted because if they actually believed in their heart, in their gut, that this was the truth, they wouldn't be here. 0 exceptions. So if you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this video right now, I have one thing to say to you. Welcome. By watching this video, you are blatantly breaking the rules. The governing body has told you to avoid apostates, to avoid people like me. And yet you're here. You just took the first step to your freedom by thinking for yourself. Now, a few quick updates. I will be doing my very first live stream on Saturday, May 24th. Click the join button below to become a channel supporter so you don't miss it. I want to give a special shout out and thank you to people who have already joined. If you are a former Jehovah's Witness, maybe you're questioning, you're shunned, or maybe you were never a Jehovah's Witness, you just want to join the membership program for $4.99 a month, channel supporters will have private access to these live streams where we can all hang out, chat, and focus on our post-JW recovery. So again, my first live stream will be Saturday, May 24th. Channel supporters will get updates on the time that I go live. I hope to see you guys there. You guys are a great group. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great week, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.